Yo, what up? All right. So we got another one from Joke World.
Okay. What we got?
This is Tim Dillon's funniest moments.
Okay. Tim Dillon's.
Tim Dillon.
Man.
I think this is our first time doing Tim Dillon.
Definitely. Well, let's go. I'm surprised we haven't seen him, if he's a podcast, type of dude.
Yeah, comedian.
Comedian, right? So, all right, well, let's go, man. I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
The girl who told her mother, I'll fight you outside of Dr. Phil's show is a star.
Yeah.
She's a bona fide star.
She's a multi-millionaire.
And she's kind of good.
Yeah.
So that's how sick it is.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. And then you hear her rap, and you're like bopping to it. And you're like, this is not bad.
This is the Catch Me Outside bit?
That's America. America is the moment where you're outraged that she's a star, and then the next moment where you go, this is kind of good. Mm-hmm. America lives in that split second. That's where America lives.
So true.
Like, fuck that bit. This country is shot. Oh, this isn't bad.
Not bad.
And that's going to be the future.
Today's storyteller is a return guest, first time on video. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Dillon's on.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
for coming back. Look who's at your mom's house, guys.
Yeah, I did it. I made it. I made it to the Mecca.
Officially in the
And
studio, guys.
it's how can you enjoy me without video? That's just translucent Irish skin blister up in real time in front of you. How could you possibly? But you hear my voice, and then you hear the tragedy of what I'll say, and then I think the physical just brings it all together. To where people go,
Rounds it out.
oh yeah. Because that's what the show is, right? You want to hear sad things from sad people that make it funny. I mean, that's what the show is. It's an exercise in masochism.
It is.
And you bring people on, and they talk about their horrible lives, and and some of the people you have on are successful, and some of the people you have on are like me that are just clawing. We're still clawing,
Clawing.
And it's nice to watch people look at a lot of your guests and go, will they be people that I know in 5 years, or will they be dead in the street? And that's what I like about. That's what this show really is. Humidity makes your nasal tract and your throat. I'm a virologist.
Yeah, you
Humidity, and this is things people don't know. I have a doctorate in biochemical engineering.
You have two doctorates,
Two
right?
doctorates. I have biochemical engineering. I have virology. I'm an epidemiologist, and I know a lot of things.
And oddly enough,
I do stand up. But
yeah.
I am a doctor.
Yeah. The first time you ever met my daughter, you tried to sell her a pool.
Yeah.
As soon as you walked in, he was like, I got a beautiful in-ground pool.
I told her, I said, your father's making a little coin, but let's be honest, you got to start getting proactive with him. And let's start, if you want to call me to few his bank account numbers, let's do some experiments and we'll make him happy.
Yeah, my daughter's
just
sitting there
make him money.
My daughter's sitting there with Elsie and Anna dolls like that. It was great.
By the way, I was either that or talk to, who was at that
Fucking
party?
Chris Farley's brother.
Yeah, I was like, let's move on. I like Kevin Farley, very sweet.
I like Kevin Farley.
We love you, Kevin.
He's not watching this.
Yeah, I hope not. He might be.
Yeah, there's so many rats there now. Everyone's always
What's
like,
he doing instead? A movie? The point they barely work.
Yeah, well, they don't have enough strength to work if they're over the counter.
Correct. And then, but what they do is they fuck your immune system up. They delay the amount of time that your body's natural responses takes. Your cold takes a longer time. Even
Right.
though it's not as painful, it's longer.
Right.
I'm an immunologist. I've worked with the immune system for many years.
For 13 years, you did.
13 years I've been doing immunology.
The hell?
A lot of people come to me, and being a medical professional
Yes.
and a scientist
Yeah.
has helped me so much right now.
Now, when you open your lab here in Southern California to test your own immunology experiments, have you found that you might have a better keen sense of how to fix this thing?
I have an idea of listen. My practice is Western medicine, but I understand holistic health. I
You
understand.
do have Western medicine.
That's the difference between me and a lot of people. Is that I know traditional medicine, but I understand the body, and that's what I bring to the table. Like a lot of people don't. That's why I treat my body like a temple. I have come out and said some controversial things that people don't want to hear.
A lot of it.
A lot, like exercise will kill you.
You also say double vax. There's anti-vaxxers and you're a double vaxxer, which means get it twice.
I've said there should be a heroin vaccination.
Right.
Where everyone should take a full needle
Intravenous, too.
of heroin.
But you've
Yeah.
been but the controversy.
Because then
that came
some
out-
people just keep throwing up and they're like,
Right.
fuck it. And some people are like, ooh, I'm in.
But the article that came out of Newsweek that
Yeah.
you got a lot of heat for was because
Yeah.
you said that we should all share the one needle for.
There should be only 3 needles. I said that. I said everyone should, there should be a needle for the wealthy that they should share.
Right.
Middle class and then poor.
And then the poor, right?
Yeah.
But you also
Oh
know
my
the controversy
God.
in Newsweek said that the poor needle would be shared by exponentially more people, and your response to that was,
Fuck it.
That's what sales is.
That's what, yeah.
Like sales is just me
Definitely
kind of
funny,
shutting
yeah.
up and allowing this thing that kind of needs to happen anyway
yes.
happen, and I'm just here for it.
Right.
And it just fits like a glove. And then sometimes you'd have to like massage it a little bit because sometimes people were very concerned about how much it costs or why a sweaty, disheveled cocaine addict in an uninsured Chevy Suburban was screaming at them through the window of their home, telling them he had made an appointment with them that they didn't remember. I said, Tuesday at 11, it says it on my folder. And they're like, should we let him in the house? And then I would go in and I'd be all, kind of cracked out. And I'd just sit there and we'd go over the numbers.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be
Because they don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah, if you're
Who
a
they
certain
are.
age.
But
I
that's
think if you're a parent and you're going to allow your 8-year-old to get a sex change,
Problem.
you have to get it too.
That's a
That's
problem.
just what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You
yeah.
also have to
yeah. I mean,
And by the way,
you all three.
and
you
by the
gotta
way, they will. Don't make that the standard because they will.
get it. They don't get it 'cause that's how psychotic
Yeah,
they are.
because they'll
I
be the
mean,
most popular mom and daughter
I want to
team
support.
in Portland.
Yeah, I want to support everything my little daughter's going to do, but I have to admit that will get a little complicated and challenging a little bit if she starts saying, "Stop calling me Gianna. From now on, I'm G Dog.
Yeah,
Call me G."
I'm
'Cause
Giannis.
they always start with an acronym.
Right.
Here's the reality. Outside is over. It's done. It's on fire. It's annoying. It all outside does is fuck up the Wi-Fi for what you really want to be doing, which is inside on your computer.
True.
Jerking off or arguing with your aunt about China or whatever. So outside's done. The natural world is really gone. We're just going to be in a tech prison that's being created. And here's the thing about the new prison. You can't say they're not taking a lot of care.
Right.
They're artfully constructing a prison that you will live in. They hear all your thoughts. They know everything you want. Everything from your porn choices to your Grubhub orders. It's everything. You're gonna be so the prison's gonna feel nice, but make no mistake, it's gonna be a prison.
People
Damn.
want to
It's the
believe
truth.
in some
truth.
positive, hopeful thing, and the reality is the only positive, hopeful thing is like it's you. This is what people don't get. It's nothing. It's nothing. We're here for an indefinite period of time. The only thing that you can depend on is get smarter, get better at things, make yourself into something. Everything else doesn't matter. It's all fake.
Right.
Politics is fake.
Right.
People get mad at me when I say that. It doesn't exist. It's you watch it. You're like, no. Oh, Nancy Pelosi. It's fake. It's not real, dummy.
Yeah, it's all made up.
It doesn't exist. Have you ever seen Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi is Robin Wright Penn to you. Never seen her. It's nothing to do with your life. Trump does, if you went outside of one of Trump's resorts, any of these fat people from Ohio that think he cares about you, if you were anywhere near his resort, he'd have guys with guns move you off the
Yeah,
property.
they kill you right away.
He doesn't care about you. Obama didn't care about you. Grow the fuck up. I barely care about my cousin. I saw my cousin on a New York City subway. I went to the other car. I said, I don't want to talk to this guy. How you doing? Your mom's good? Yeah. Shut that thing with her foot. Is that better? No one gives a shit. You care about so few people. And this idea, like politics, it's like a ridiculous, somewhat womanly pursuit. Like, it's almost like, and I don't mean womanly in a gendered negative way. I mean womanly in the sense of like, it's Star Magazine. It's like, what's Chris Pratt doing? It's the same shit. Right. None of it truly matters. The 90 lizards that own this country don't give a fuck who wins the presidential election.
Right.
They barely care. I mean, it is what it is. So go to the beach, go swimming, get your dick wet, take whatever drugs you think you can handle, eat something good, have fun. It's you. Like, the only hope
is you realizing like, I can't believe I'm even here.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm even here.
Because when it's over,
It's over.
it's over.
And you go, I can't believe I'm even here. Everything's at night. Every time I get in a car and drive down the street, I could get fucking killed.
Yeah.
And it's through no fault of my own. Somebody could rear end you. How many times do you drive late at night in LA to an intersection? You go, is this the night?
All the time.
Because it's so quiet, like late at night, you go, is this the T-bone night?
I've had a couple of moments where I go through.
I don't.
Like, you ever had that where you drive a long time and you doze off a little bit? And
Yeah.
You wake up and you're like, that could have been it. That would have been it.
Dude, so the only hope is internal. It's like you got to say to yourself, fuck, I want to learn a language, or I want to lose weight, or I want to be this, or I want to master an instrument. Just figure out a way to spend your fucking time. If you want to spend your time on Reddit, 4chan, inventing ideas that Donald Trump, if that's the community that you need to be a part of, I don't judge you.
Yeah.
I'm not, the Q people are people that got red pilled, like they figured out that the world was fucked overnight and it melted their minds.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, politicians are fucking kids and they're lying and they're stealing and they're killing? Yeah. Go read about Rome, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuck whatever they want, they kill you if you talk.
Right.
Now, stop it. But you're not writing a little thread isn't changing the world. If you want to change the world, I don't know. I walk off.
I want to do that.
Please write your name, your contact info, and your address, and put it in like what looks like a suggestion box. And then they said just put it in there. And I took the paper and I wrote, my name is Governor Andrew Cuomo. And then I forgot what address I gave. I think I gave my friend's address because I wanted him to get in trouble. And like if there was I wanted the cops to go to his house.
Yeah.
Like, are you threatening to kill the governor? And I just put it in a suggestion box. It's like everything else, fake. And you get a text. I gave them my real phone number because I was kind of curious. And then they go like, they don't even look at your name. It's all automated. They weren't like, hello, Governor Cuomo. I mean, I wrote my name, Governor Cuomo, on the sheet.
We tried to do.
Yeah. They're just like, recently, you have traveled to New York from a state that has a high rate of COVID-19. We are pleased reminding you to quarantine. I was like, oh, this isn't even real.
That's it?
Dude, I thought someone was going to have to call me and be like, hello, this is Andrew Cuomo, you know? And I'm like, actually, it's not. You have the wrong number. I thought it'd be fun. But so it's not real. And then I stayed out east. I went out to the Hamptons. I stayed out there because I didn't want to stay in the city. And
How was that? The videos were very funny.
I mean, that was a real fun one.
That was very, very funny. But had you frequented the Hamptons before?
Not frequented. I've been out there once or twice, but
That also seems like a fantasy place, like not
it's
real.
a beautiful, amazing place. Well, you know what it is? I spoke to a few people out there, and they're so detached and they're so rich. And they're like, aren't the problems mainly on Twitter? And I'm like, well, cities are burning. They're like, yeah, but isn't that Twitter? Like, they don't understand it's real life.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, no, there's real issues. They're like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Like,
know.
that seems a lot of the media. And I'm like, well, yeah, but there's some issues. They're like, cyclical.
Yeah.
You know, just, they're out of it. Like, everyone forgets, like, how crazy they are, too.
Sure.
Like, you look at the Antifa people, you're like, okay, you're nuts. And then you look at, like, you know, the people on the far right, you're like, well, you're clearly nuts.
Crazy.
You're walking around a park with torches.
Yeah.
But then you forget, like, guys in polos in the Hamptons are maybe crazier than both of them because those guys ignore that even happens.
Right.
And then you're like, are they the sane ones? Like,
Right.
should I just not? Should I be like, I don't know.
Oh man, yeah, man, Tim Dillon had some hilariously good points. You know, there.
Some good rants.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
some good rants. He opened up with the "Catch Me Outside" girl. She has become a star
Definitely.
from damn Dr. Phil.
Yeah, man.
From 5 minutes on Dr. Phil, she became a star. With that saying, "Catch me outside."
And a lot of money too. You gotta be resourceful, man. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to know to make that money once you get that little bit of.
Is she our future though?
I would no.
Like her, not like her, not her. Like her, the type of person that like her, like the type of people.
I mean, I think like I mean, if you think like that, then there's probably a lot of other people that you could say that are more popular than her. You know what I mean? That
There's people.
You know what I mean? That would say, are people gonna be like that? So no, I don't think that people are gonna, you know, because she could have a larger following, and then maybe, you know what I mean? It doesn't take much to to gather a following. You know what I mean? You've seen the dude. There's people all over the internet, man. That that do stupid shit and do dumb stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what our future is turning into?
I don't think so. I mean,
people like that.
I mean, I don't necessarily think so. I just think that more people have access to see this stuff, and it is a form of entertainment. You know what I mean, in a way. So yeah, definitely in a way. But I think it's just because the access is there. You know what I mean? We most of the time we're on our phones and shit, anyways. You know what I mean? So we're scrolling and things like that, and so yeah, you're gonna see that stuff all the time.
It's hopefully the youth of America, at least, doesn't follow her lead. They don't see her and be like, "Ooh, I can do that."
What did he? Well, I mean, like I said, hopefully she's not influencing that many people, but
she's an influencer. She's technically an influencer.
Who doesn't want to be an influencer?
Me, I'll be an influencer.
Right. But yeah, man, what do you call it? He called it a tech prison.
That's kind of what it is. We live in our own prison with Wi-Fi and computers and phones, video games.
Right. You know what I mean? And the thing is like I understand that in your home you can control those type of things. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you don't have your phone off for this amount of time, or you know what I'm saying? Or you don't want to have TVs or something in your home. You live like certain people do. You know what I mean? And so I see what he said. I get what he's saying when he says that, like, it's kind of like if you choose to be a part of it or choose to make that like a worry of your life, then like that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah. This nigga, he had some good points. He had a lot of good points. Nigga said, you ever ride through LA, one of LA's intersections, and think, is this the night? It's like, no, I don't think that. I don't be thinking that. And I've had some close calls where I've been like, God damn, this was going fast. You know what I'm saying? Or I've ran a stop sign before and been like, ooh.
I always see people driving down the wrong side of the street and stuff at night. You know what I mean?
That's
stuff
happening.
like that.
That's
and people always run red lights and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, but do I worry? No, I don't think I worry for those type of things.
Yeah, you can't. That would just make you go crazy. That's like worrying. What if a meteor comes down and falls through the house? Like, there's a very small chance of that happening.
If it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go.
Whatever happens, yeah. You just go crazy thinking about that shit.
Really.
Yeah, this nigga Tim Dillon.
What he said.
He had some good points.
He really did.
Those are rants. Those are mostly rants.
Yeah,
he was ranting.
But he said the rich people in the Hamptons. he's like, man. He said they're not even aware this stuff's going on. They're like, you're talking about Twitter, right?
Yeah. They might be the craziest.
Or they may be the people living life to the fullest.
The craziest, yeah.
Right. What do you say? 9 lizard people were running the country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, lizard. That's another conspiracy. They got lizard people out there. It's possible.
Oh, man.
You never know. Illuminati.
Man.